The Deadbug Shape is a great base for a lot of movements to teach stabilization through the trunk. The base setup is lying on the back with the thighs vertical and the shins parallel to the floor. That low back is pressed down into the floor, head relaxed, arms reaching to the sky. For the Deadbug Exhale, we're going to focus on breathing out everything. And as you get to the bottom of your exhale, we're imagining pressing that navel down into the floor. So we inhale fully, exhale to completely empty. You can even hold at the bottom of that breath and feel all of this tightening down. For the Deadbug Exhale plus Reach, we're going to use the same exhale technique where we're breathing down into the floor, but at the same time, reaching up towards the sky as high as possible. This is pressing down, head and shoulders lifting up. When we inhale, reset. Adding some challenge by holding at completely empty, feeling all of this tightening. The Deadbug Heel Tap has the same exhale breath breathing down, but through the entire duration of the exhale, we're going to be moving from the hip here. So that by the time I'm at completely empty, my heel is just barely touching the floor. I use an in-breath to return and alternate legs. The focus being keeping that low back pressed towards the floor. If you have a pretty excessive arch going on, focus on just working on the Deadbug Exhale or the Exhale plus Reach. Once we understand the basic principles of bracing in the Deadbug Shape, we can start to advance the movement by adding in other motions. For example, a single arm press with a kettlebell or a dumbbell is an excellent movement to keep yourself stable and keep yourself from rotating. For example, let's check it out. Bringing the kettlebell or dumbbell up to that top position. Inactive arm is just straight out to the side, not helping brace because we want that to be done through our midsection. Deadbug Shape. I'm pressing down through the belly here. Elbow touches just barely to the floor and presses back up. Now I've got 25 pounds here. It's not a hugely heavy weight, but because it's only on one side, I'm having to keep myself from being pulled over to this side. So there's a lot of stabilizing going on. This is a nice way to add intensity to your press without having to increase the load hugely. So if you're working out by yourself or you don't have a lot of heavy weights at your disposal, that's a great option. So again, shoulder width distance, arms straight, externally rotated. We feel the lats turn on. We get into our Deadbug Shape. Navel down to the floor. And first we can just start with our exhale breaths, or our Deadbug Exhale. Breathing all the air out, pressing that navel to the floor. All right, if you can master that, we can start to bring in the heel taps. Full exhale to empty by the time that heel gets to the floor. If you master that movement without any flare-up of the low back, then you might consider extending the leg a little bit more. Breathing in and an exhale with a straight leg. Again, more is not always better. If we lose that integrity there, then it's always best to go back to the previous heel tap or exhale to really find mastery over these positions here. You don't need a heavy band with that option. Really, it's just to give us some feedback to remind the lats to be a part of the core unit. It's not just our abs. We can think of the core as the lats, intercostals, obliques, entire abdominal wall there. So that's a great option to start to learn how the lats can be a part of our core.